flooding emergency along coastal cities today in South Florida as rising tides are leading to flooded streets.
Another night of tidal flooding on Miami.
Florida reportedly has the most number of big cities at risk from rising sea level.
Scientific models predict most of Miami Beach could be underwater by the end of the century.
I think that in every generation, there's going to be a big cause, there's going to be a challenge or a war. I think today we have sea level rise and climate change.
I think that this particular project that the University of Miami has supported is important in particular because of the way that the team itself is structured.
That's why ULink is so unique, because it does allow for the cross-pollination of these two fields to come up with a practical, efficient solution to real-world problems.
This project is different from all other projects that have occurred before because it incorporates so many different aspects into the study. Not only are we trying to build reefs to protect our shorelines from waves, but we're also trying to incorporate climate resilience into these corals to actually make the corals more resistant to future climate warming, so that we're sort of anticipating climate change versus reacting to it. And at the same time, we're trying to also work with local communities and local government to make sure that it's really addressing their needs versus just something that a bunch of scientists have cooked up that they think might be helpful.
For instance, in my own experience and training, I understand what happens to the waves and what happens to sediment transport and things like that, but I know next to nothing about how that actually will impact corals or will impact a ecosystem close to the coast, and I'll have only general ideas what it might mean for human communities.
What this initiative really does is it allows us to come together and sit around a table and start learning from each other and educating each other. And then through that process, actually perhaps thinking even more innovatively about solutions. It definitely allows us to see the larger picture, right? Not only are we now looking at it from our particular perspective, our vantage point, our expertise, but now we're listening to how all these other fields are addressing it and dealing with it. That kind of reflects the reality of our society today, right? That's how communities and government are also having to deal with this, dealing with different issues at the same time, coming at them all at once. And so we are, in fact, mirroring what the communities need from us, which is to look at these topics holistically together so that we can perhaps advance and arrive at solutions and answers more quickly than if we were working independently from each other.